Hello again. Right, we're going to talk about eighth notes and eighth note rests. You might already know them from classroom music as TTs, okay? Eighth notes are the same as TTs. Same type of note, we've just given it a different name. Some people also call them quavers, okay? So eighth notes, TTs, quavers, all the same thing, okay? They are the same thing. I'm going to call them eighth notes, alrighty? Because I just like the maths. I like maths. Now, eighth notes are notes that are worth half a beat, okay? They are notes that are worth half a beat. We've played our quarter notes before, and each one of those quarter notes is worth one beat. So if I'm marching along, and my feet hitting the ground represents a beat, a quarter note is every one of those marches, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. That was 4 quarter notes, alrighty? Now, but we're going to do eighth notes. So with eighth notes, you have to be able to fit 2 notes in the same time it takes for one of those marches. Okay? So I'm going to march again. But I'm going to now click eighth notes. Are you ready? Here's my quarter notes. Join in if you like. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Now here's eighth notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I just did it once, it might be like this. 1. If I did it twice, it'd be like this. 1, 2. 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so each one of these notes that I'm clicking is worth half a beat, which means it takes 2 of them to make up 1 beat. Okay, maths? What? Why are we doing maths? Well. Okay, so it makes 2 of them to create 1 beat, which means one of them is worth half a beat. Whoa. Now, what do they look like? Well, they kind of look like a quarter note. They've got a coloured in note head. They've got a stem, but then they've got like a little cape or a tail, a little bit that comes off the top of the stem, or the bottom of the stem if the stem's going down. Okay, that means that whoever wrote that music is telling you that that note is an eighth note, and it should last for half a beat. Okie dokie. What does a rest look like? Well, the rest, I usually call an eighth note rest like a 7 with a funny nose. It looks like a 7 with a funny nose, or like a little twig with one leaf. Okay. I'll see if I can put some graphics up, maybe here, or down here, or up here, to help explain it when I'm talking about it. Okay. Now, when eighth notes are grouped together, okay, what we do is we give them beams. All right. Now, the beam is the line that goes horizontal. Alrighty. Now, there's lots of beams in the world. If you have a look in your house, you might have exposed beams. They are the things that go horizontal to keep your roof up. Okay. So with eighth notes, we have 1 beam. Now, a grouping of 2 eighth notes would just be the 2 notes with 1 beam. You could group them in 4 and still just have 1 beam. You could group them in 58. We don't care. If it's got 1 beam, they're eighth notes. Alrighty? And they're all worth a half a beat each. Alrighty? So, there's your eighth notes. A really good way to count your eighth notes is by adding an and in between each beat. So if I'm in 4/4, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4. If I want to count eighth notes, I'll count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? Pretty simple. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So what you could do, this is a trick, march in 4/4. So 1, 2, do this with me, 3, 4. So it's right, left, left. And what we're going to do is just count first eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Pretty simple? Okay, let's make it a little bit harder. Keep the marching going. Now instead of just counting, we're going to play and count. Here we go. Let's get the marching going. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. That's a little trickier. Hopefully you didn't trip over yourself and fall on the dog. That would be bad. Okay? So there you go. There's your eighth notes. Eighth notes are very, very important. And if you've got your book in front of you, from page 9A is where you'll see them. Okay? So just have a look at your book now. You'll notice a lot of them are grouped. Okay? In exercise 33, in the first bar, I can see a grouping of 2 eighth notes. In the second bar, I can see a grouping of 4 eighth notes. Okay? And I have to wait all the way down to 36, exercise 36 at the bottom of the page, before I see some eighth notes that are notated by themselves. Can you see that? 36, eighth notes by themselves. I can also see some eighth note rests notated by themselves. They're still all just worth half a beat. So when you play 33, 34, 35, 36, your job now is to count out aloud as you do it. Tricky, huh? Well, in the next videos, you'll see that I'll be doing that as well. We'll work together, okie dokie. So make sure you're counting out aloud. If you have a look at the bottom of 33, just underneath 33, you'll see the counting written out for you. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? So counting is important. I think that's it for eighth notes. You've probably all played eighth notes before. Who's heard this rhythm before? Everyone, right? Okay, it's when your teacher wants to get your attention. Righto, children, everyone be quiet and sit down. Yeah, you've heard that before? So that is ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. The ti, ti are the eighth notes. So if I was counting that, it'd be 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you already know how to play eighth notes. You've been doing it since prep. Okay? So you should be professional at this. Good luck!